it's Jess here. It's the morning in my studio and I'm ready to show you guys what I'm up to today. I like to start my day with a cup of coffee and then I get right into my planner to plan the day. I love staying organized, so I definitely take time in my planner and make sure I stay on track for what I need to do throughout the day. I like to get all the computer stuff out of the way in the morning. That includes emails, going through my website to check for orders, and I also spend some time commenting on some posts from you guys and answering your comments. My channel has recently hit 100k, so thank you so much. I do have a very special video coming soon, so stay tuned. But anyway, my studio buddy is always by my side, and we both say thank you so much for the support. So the first thing I'm doing is catching up on my orders, so let's make stickers together. I recently opened my shop and I'm currently running a 10% off everything in the shop for the 100k special, so be sure to check it out. Now as far as my stickers go, I run everything myself. I have my own printer, scanner, and Cricut machine which I make the stickers by hand. I'll definitely get a chance to do a more in-depth video from scanning my art to creating the sticker itself, and today I'll just show you a quick overview. For my sticker paper, I'm currently using the Online Labels glossy sticker sheets, and these are the first that I've ever tried and I personally have liked them so far. I like to print each sheet one by one, so I'm just loading it into my Epson printer, aligning the sheet, and getting the settings correct on the printer itself. This printer was a recent big investment for me, and it took lots of experimenting, and I wasn't sure if I should outsort my prints or get my own, but I'm really glad that I got my own printer. Alright, so I'm back in Cricut Design Space. I'm setting up the settings on my printer and I'm beginning to print my stickers. The quality of this printer is absolutely remarkable and I printed at really high resolution, and here you can see my studio buddy always by my side and watching what's going on, looking as cute as ever. But as I'm waiting for the print to complete, I'm getting ready my Cricut machine and I'm getting my Cricut mat out, and I have my own little station for where I create the stickers. I turn it on, get everything set up, and it was time to check on the prints. So here I'm just adjusting the sticker sheet onto the Cricut mat. As for my settings, I like to click sticky note, and depending on your blade, I adjust the settings for the pressure. It takes a lot of time to play around with it, so I'll be sure to do a video on how I created mine. Alright, so once the stickers were all cut out and looking great, it was time to pack orders. So I fully run my shop and my website from Squarespace, and after I restock on some items, I like to go through my orders and look at what I need to get ready to ship out. I package all my products differently, but as far as these die-cut stickers, a customer had ordered 2 of them, so I like to put them in a protective sleeve, and I tuck them in so they're nice and secure, and I bend that protective sleeve and then I secure it with another thank you sticker in the back. As far as the mailers go, I use for my stickers the size 6x6, and these are rigid mailers and they're actually made for CDs, but I found them to be perfect for the stickers. I also create the shipping labels and print them out. I have a separate printer for these, so I just make sure to grab that, and of course I love to personalize each package, so I write a handwritten note. I put my business card into the package as well, and I'm actually working on redesigning my business card since I'm running out. But anyways, for extra protection, I like to place them in this little craft protective sleeve. And sometimes, depending on how I'm feeling, I add some ribbon or something, but I'm just putting those into the rigid envelope. I also have my do not bend sticker, and the package is ready. And by the way, I did get a PO box, so I'll have it in the description. So now it was time to go through all the other orders and package them. Alright, so once I packaged all the orders and dropped them off, I decided to tackle one more computer task I had to do. So in my previous video, you guys saw me paint my cat Matilda, and here's the finished piece. And by the way, she was super excited seeing it. Here's a little behind the scenes action. But anyways, I wanted to keep updated with my website, so I'd like to scan my artwork as soon as I'm finished and it's dry. And since my scanner is a flatbed scanner, I scan my painting in 4 sections and then I photo merge them in Photoshop. I like to scan my piece at a very high resolution so that it's very accurate. And as you can see here, I'm turning it into 4 different sections, and then what I do is I position them into a folder where I have all my different scans. And I love staying organized, so this is how I keep all my images in one place. And once I've scanned them in 4 different sections, I photo merge them in Photoshop, which basically positions them into one big puzzle piece, and then you get the final image and looks like this. As soon as I have my scan, I stay updated with my website. I go into my portfolio page and I upload my painting into my website. This also helps me stay organized and of course up to date. Alright, so now that all the computer stuff is done, it's time to spend some time in my sketchbook. I have to admit that lately I haven't had too much time to sit down and just create, so I definitely put it on my calendar and designated much time to creating. I'm also getting ready to do a sketchbook tour for you guys of this sketchbook, so in today's painting process you guys will see a sneak peek of one of the spreads. Now, I actually started this sketchbook a few years ago, but I have a lot of pages that were left over, so I decided to finish it. And I was really craving to paint, so it was time to gather all the materials and begin. Alright, so before I begin painting with my gouache, it is time to make the sketch. For today's painting in my sketchbook, I wanted to capture a moment of one of my weekends here where I live. I actually took this photo myself and wanted to record it in my sketchbook. I picked this moment to capture because it was the first day that I tried paddleboarding, so I wanted to choose this photo because it helps me remind me of that memory. And I like to capture those things in my sketchbook because when I look back, it reminds me of that moment and it feels nice. So at this point, I'm just zoning out, I'm playing some music in the background, and I'm going in with my gouache paints and just simply creating. It's very easy to get caught up in work, So I was glad that I gave myself some time to work in my sketchbook and just simply zone out. So I ended up using a limited color palette, and these are the acrylic gouache and also regular gouache paints. But for the finishing details, I also for the first time tried my Posca pen. I just got it in the mail and I'll show you guys what else I received, but I absolutely loved it, and here's the finished result. So here's the finished painting in my sketchbook, and guess what guys, we are gonna do another one today. Clearly wasn't enough, so I grabbed another picture of a moment that I had here where I live, and I absolutely love sunsets. I have this obsession with sunsets. So here's what I wanted to paint in my sketchbook. I took this photo myself on my iPhone, and I actually thought that they would look nice together in the sketchbook. So I ended up starting completely with the paint and getting rid of the pencil and just going for it. And sometimes I prefer doing that because we can tend to get a little bit tight and detailed with the pencil. And lately I've been practicing loosening up a bit, so this was perfect for that. And as I get up to get a cup of water, of course, my studio buddy is here to say hello. She always wants to be by my side, and she actually loves watching me paint, which you guys will see raw footage of in a bit, but here's how she sits on my lap and doesn't get off like ever. Alright, so as I'm finishing up, I'm just going through all the details with my brush, and I'm gonna show you guys the finished reveal. I hope you guys enjoyed that little painting session that I brought you along on, but now I want to share with you guys some things that I'm working on. I actually received these big portfolio cases that I purchased to organize all of my art from art school, which you guys will see me do at the end of the video. But I also wanted to share with you what else I ordered, and I ordered this empty tin watercolor set, and it comes with the half pans, and I use these to make my own watercolor palette. I actually love making my own watercolor set, and I choose my own colors from the tubes, and what I do is I fill up this tin palette and then I put my colors inside the half pans. So I desperately needed an upgrade because the watercolor set that I originally have, which you guys have asked me questions about, it actually got ruined by something. I don't know what happened, but I wanted to finally upgrade to another set. So I'm going to be moving these watercolors into this new set. So stay tuned for that video as well. But I was super happy to finally receive some little packages. I get very excited. I don't know about you guys, but now it's time to clean these up and get to organizing. So after a full day of working on illustrations and other projects and sketchbook work and working on my shop, I decided to work on continuing to organize my artwork. And this is the artwork that I did basically from day one. As you guys could see, it's a big mess. Currently, I've organized all of these portfolio cases, but I'm almost done to finishing up all of the organization. So today I'm going to focus on the large 18 by 24 sketch pads that I had done in my classes in art school. A lot of you guys wanted to see that, so here's a little sneak peek, but I'll do a separate video on all of my art that I did there. So I'm currently organizing, so I can definitely share that with you guys as soon as possible. There's literally like, I want to say 15 years of art and bunch of sketchbooks and sketch pads. So what I'm doing is I'm taking out each sheet, and there's a lot of charcoal drawings that I did there in art school, so I wanted to protect them and keep them organized in a nice portfolio case. I do like to look back at these and see how far I've come and see some progress. So I wanted to prevent any damage in the next few years, and I thought this was a great way to keep them protected. So this actually has been going on for the past 2 weeks. I've been organizing and putting everything together. And let me tell you guys, it's a lot of work. So I've been just putting these in the sleeves, all of my watercolor paintings from my anatomy classes. And this was actually the last day that I had to finish this up. So I was glad to finally have everything situated and organized in large portfolio cases. And honestly, looking back at these, I got really nostalgic. I miss art school so much. It was such a good time, and I really feel that art school shaped the person that I am and the artist that I am. But this was from a figure drawing class that I had in my first 2 years of college. And basically a model stands in front of the class and we draw them in pastel. And as you can see, there are tons and tons of drawings, but I finally have everything organized to share with you guys in another video, so stay tuned for that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I wanted to share some views with you guys of a little storm in the background from where I live. Living by the ocean has really been super therapeutic, and I wouldn't change it for anything else. I recently moved here, so I just want to show you guys some sunsets that happen in the studio after I finish some work. And really, the feeling is just completely unreal when you see this from your window. I want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed a little bit more of what happens in my day-to-day life. I'm currently super busy and staying productive, so I was really happy to share this with you all. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next sketchbook tour video. Bye!